Hello everyone, welcome back to the IndieGeekGuy channel, and we're back with Black Sails. Last time on Black Sails, Flint has put himself in a bit of a dilemma. He says, well, we might be able to get out of this whole situation if we can all get along, if you give me the girl, Ash's daughter, who's being stowed away in the fort at the moment. But Eleanor's gone in. We'll see if she can get her out, and if everyone can play nice with one another, which doesn't look like that's going to happen because of this choice of his, the guy who wants the fort back is annoyed. I keep forgetting his name, but he wants his fort back no matter what. He doesn't care. He doesn't care anymore about anything. He just wants his fort back. Vane wants his boat. Everyone wants something immediately. Flint is just fighting for the future of all these people, this island, to make it their own nation, and everyone's just like, but I want stuff now. So basically, there's a lot going on. Billy's back, and he's got this option to bring Flint to the Navy and to get him arrested and all that, and get some pardons for him and some other men if he decides to take that route. But at the moment, it looks like Billy is kind of like, I want to see if Flint can do it. I want to see if he can give us our own future and not be reliant on those other people. So we'll see how that goes. That seems to be a little bit up in the air. We'll see if the guy he took into his confidence, DeGroot or DeFrame, I can never remember which way round it is, but he's taken the quartermaster of the crew under his wing and said, hey, look, I've got this, we can do this. We'll see if he pushes him to go for that option or not. But yeah, the immediate fact is that we've got Eleanor going in undercover to try and sneak out Lord Ash's daughter from the fort, and that there is about to be a vote held where Flint could potentially lose his crew or not. We don't know what's going on with that. Again, Flint is back in that position of, will he lose his crew or not? Depends how blood hungry they are and all that good stuff. So we'll see. But before we jump into this episode, remember to hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy this episode. Maybe subscribe as well if you've never been here before. Also leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this episode. All that good stuff. But for right now, let's jump into Black Sails.
There is a network of tunnels that run beneath the fort, and the entrance to one of them isn't far. By the time anyone realizes you are gone, you will be safely away from here and in the care of Captain Flint.
I can only see this going badly. Like, even if they get out of here safely, Vane is going to be pissed. Fighting is going to happen.
Man casts his vote for the same reason he does anything in his life.
Why is that?
Because it feels good.
Yeah. If it makes you feel like you're doing the right thing, then that's what you're going to do.
You're going to convince them they'll feel better about voting for you over him.
I think I got a pretty strong case. Here's where a lot of them will die tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you vote for dying? Do you vote for staying alive another day?
Captain Flint will betray anyone to get what he wants. Yesterday it was Mr. Gates, today it was me. Which one of you would like to be tomorrow?
Yeah, Flint kind of fails to see how other people might perceive him. Even though he's trying to do what's best for everyone, in his opinion, the others don't see it that way. They see him as a guy who's going to throw anyone under the bus to achieve his own goals, which is constantly against him.
Had been wrenched from us by men of the worst sort.
Now these guys are back.
They're supposed to be watching over the gold until we arrive. What the fuck are they doing back? Because there's no longer any gold to watch over.
Damn, it's gone. But maybe he could use that to his advantage to keep people alive a little bit longer, maybe. Like if the gold is gone from their possible grabby hands, maybe he can convince them, hey, the only way forward now is to get this guy's favor. That way we will all be safe. Possibly.
I was married to a man once. Raised his hand to me. Burnt me. Shared me with his men. I didn't know any different.
This is where all the anger comes from.
One day we were in a tavern. He was hurting me. And a man saw it. And he walked over. And he slit his throat.
Jack? Jack?
That was Jack.
Yeah, my boy.
I was 13.
13? Yikes.
Maybe Jack took me from something I was supposed to figure my own way out of. Maybe he took away the chance to get strong enough to save myself.
Interesting. I get what she's saying. I get where the confusion comes in, but I don't know if I fully agree with the assessment of the situation, but at the same time, she is clearly quite, like, out of it at the moment with everything that's going on and feeling quite betrayed. I just hope it can get fixed.
The good news for you is, Hornigold's support has disappeared completely. There's not a soul among them that has any appetite for fighting over the fort tonight.
Yeah, I bet.
Without the gold, it all seems rather pointless.
Called it.
It's chaos out there.
Called it. But
To be for some time.
it's going to be a bit of a shitstorm before anything gets better.
One way or the other, those men want to get paid. And soon.
Yeah, they've been living on a promise for a long time now. They need something. Need something to tide them over with, Flint. Anything.
What are you saying? That I'm benefiting from the gold having disappeared?
It certainly solved a number of problems for you, didn't it? I'm of half a mind to wonder if you didn't orchestrate this whole thing to your advantage.
Yeah, their trust levels are going right now.
Those men listen to you. They give a shit about what you have to say, what you think, what you want them to think. Where else in the world is that true?
I mean, that is something to be valued. I wouldn't take that for granted.
Fuck are you going? Many of them won't want to hear it. Do you want to discuss how you'll approach them?
I know what I'm doing.
John can talk. You don't need to worry about it, Flint. If anyone can talk, it's John. Whatever he's going to say, though, might not directly benefit you, Flint.
I don't imagine I'm alone in having taken some comfort in the idea of all of this coming to an end. But now, no gold. We're back to the same two choices we've known our entire lives. Toil for another man's benefit, or steal for our own.
It's the pirate life for me.
Reconciliation. And not because we need to apologize for what we've done. Not because we've got any desire to go back to where we came from. With a little help, this place could be the reason we never have to do either again. The question then becomes...
Does he believe what he's saying, though? That's the thing. That is the thing.
Because they would march blindly to their end. Does that mean we must as well?
Do you think you could find 8 men that would see things the same way? Men who would be willing to betray the captain and deliver him to the Navy by force?
I do.
I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if Billy's going to be able to go through with it, honestly. I feel like the prospect of what Flint is offering is too strong to him, and I don't think Billy's a natural traitor of men, as it were. So, but we'll see. Maybe it'll prove me completely wrong.
You're supposed to tell me what's allowed. I tell you what I want. You tell me how much it costs.
I don't know where this scene's going, but it feels intense. That scene, the tension was there, and this is a very interesting episode for Anne. Oh, she's just trying to find out who she is to herself. Dilemma that's going on. I feel really bad for Anne, but Jack had a plan. He had a plan. Like, he knew what he was doing. He knew he was going to get Anne back on the crew, but maybe now it's exploring the point that maybe that's not what Anne wants at all anymore.
Billy, someone's coming.
Yeah, he's dobbed you in, boys. He's dobbed you in. Oh my god. I thought this might be what Billy was doing. Finding out the weak links.
I said what I had to say to get out of that place. But I have no intention of honoring their offer.
Yes, Billy. Goddamn yes!
I would fight to the death to ensure not a single one of my brothers ever has to face what I faced. If there's a man on this crew that feels differently, that feels as though he'd be willing to accept another brother suffering that fate, so that he might avoid it, then that's the man I need to remove from my crew.
Oh my god. Billy MVP. MVP. Oh my god. Go, 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 go! We don't have time for this.
And I will sort this with the men. You have my word. But lock that gate. And there is no walking back through it. Ever.
I don't know, it's probably for the best. It's probably for the best, Eleanor. Just walk away from this guy. Walk away from him. I mean, Vane is such a strong presence in the show. He's always fun, but in that situation, if someone's like, I'll help you, but if you don't do what I tell you to do, I will rain hell upon you as hard and as fast as I can. Like, yeah, nope, red flag, bye.
Proper spies. Perhaps off the island as well. For this I need a partner with knowledge of the sea, and I need a partner I can trust.
We're going to get MI6 up on this. Max and Anne, MI6. I'm down for that.
Now, I told the men you tried to save me. But the truth is, it's just as likely you let go. I likely never know for certain. It's possible you'll never even know for certain. And right now, I'm more focused on what comes next than what's past. I believe you were right. Mr. Gates turned his back on you. Don't think for a second I'll make the same mistake he did.
Billy sees the future. He's on board. I figured that they were going to leave whether Billy got dropped or pushed or if he just fell ambiguous, because it's clearly not what's important anymore. So it's smart. It's smart to do it that way and just keep everyone focused on, the audience included, on what the future might be and how to achieve it and where the characters fit into that.
You're Captain Flint.
My name is James. James McGraw.
First time he said that out loud for a while.
You think there's something valuable enough to make the British Navy forget that you and I are pirates?
Not what? Who?
Oh my god, here we go. Here we go.
They told Flint the gold was gone.
What did they tell you, John?
Yes.
What did they tell you?
What did they tell you?
Well, the two scouts reported to me what they had observed on the beach.
What happened? What really happened?
That a tropical disease had befallen the Spanish camp. Dozens dead or dying.
What? What?
The Oka gold is on that beach.
Undefended but covered in disease.
Do you know of a crew who might be willing to aid in this endeavor?
This is what I thought might happen. Here we go. Jack's gonna know. And it's what I've been saying for these past few episodes. Oh, it's happening. What is this now? The fog? What's going on? Okay, that's where we're ending it. Ghostly people hiding in the mist. Oh, okay. Alright, I actually really enjoyed that episode. It was an interesting one because it was a lot more slow and it was kind of methodical in its own way. It was just a story that took place over the course of one night, seemingly. And it was all about character, where they are as individuals in this whole situation, where the pieces are being thrown. But mainly it was just very inward with everyone. It was all about how everyone was feeling about the current situation, and it was just interesting to explore all of that. And even though it was, this quieter, slower episode, there were some really intense moments in there, like getting Abigail out of the dungeon, Anne in the room with the guy, and this weird building of some kind of tension where you're just where is this going? Is she just gonna go with it? Is she gonna kill him? Where is this going? Really interesting stuff for Anne in this episode, and just in general, I've just really liked how inward the whole thing was. Just it was nice just to kind of sit in with these characters for a moment and just get a better idea of where their heads are. By the end of the episode, we've got, Flint saying his own name out loud again for probably the first time in quite a long time. We've got John on his own mission now, looking like he's going to join up with Jack and Max and everyone, and that's what I've been kind of predicting for the past few episodes, that Jack was somehow going to learn about the Oak of Gold being up for grabs. And now it's even easier than we thought previously, even though apparently it's covered in disease, and this gold is cursed. Okay, it's cursed. I'm putting it out there. It's just not meant to be, guys. It's not meant to be had by anyone. But it's that idea that I knew the show would probably start moving in a direction where it was going to pit characters that the audience like against one another, rather than having an obvious antagonist-protagonist kind of relationship, even though obviously they're all pirates. They all operate in a world of grey and in a lot of ways, and why they're doing what they're doing stems from all sorts of different things, be it desperation or just enjoyment or whatever the case may be. It was much easier in previous episodes to sort of say, well, even though they are all operating in this grey space, this person's motivations are quite clearly on a lighter side opposed to over here. So Flint on the lighter side of grey, whereas you have Captain Lowe as obviously darker side nature. Vane to an extent, even though they've been trying to seed these moments of, is he into this, is he not? I would say he's more over on the darker side, maybe not quite as much as Lowe was, but he's over there somewhere. But now we're getting to the point where we've got everyone who we kind of have a sympathy and an empathy for probably going up against one another, which, dramatically and for the sake of investment of the audience makes a lot of more sense to me in terms of, getting a reaction, here we are, out of an audience. And I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also kind of dreading it. Like, I don't want to lose any of the characters that I really like, especially to one another. And oh god, I can already feel like it's going to tear me apart somehow down the line. Getting to see Billy back, and I kind of figured that he wasn't going to go for the betrayal. That just doesn't seem like Billy's character to me at all. And I figured that he was probably going to use the pardons that he's been offered as a way to maybe root out people who he would see as a problem. And he seems like he's had this epiphany whilst he was tortured and went through this pain and stuff, and he sort of woke up and realized more than ever before what Flint was saying about these people that he wants to permanently remove from their lives, or at least set them up in a way where they can defend themselves properly against them. Because it's like, these guys don't see us as human beings. We have to step up and make it no, you don't treat us like this. We are just as valuable as anyone else on this planet, basically. And yeah, I sort of knew that Billy wouldn't betray Flint, and it sort of felt like he was leaning more towards that way of thinking about the idea of, we've got to do it for ourselves because no one else is going to give us a fair deal, so we have to do it for ourselves. And I'm so happy that Billy is firmly falling on that side, and quite clearly I feel like the relationship with him and Flint is moving in an interesting direction as well, because the ambiguity of, did Flint drop him, did he slip, whatever the situation may have been, quite clearly here we go for, it doesn't matter what happens between us then, because we were different people then. We were in a different situation then. What's important is that we look at what is happening now and what we act upon now to make the best of our lives, basically. It's no good me holding on to that thing that happened, even though I don't really know I understand it or what actually happened. Bottom line, it's just good storytelling, because often what happens is that if you feel like a show or movie or whatever it is, any form of storytelling, just keeps going back to a well, keeps digging it up, it becomes stale, right? And to the fact that the characters are openly acknowledging that they're intelligent enough to realize that doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't matter. It's like when I was talking about the previous episode, when everyone was asking Billy, how did you fall in the water? Did he push you in the water? I was like, that doesn't matter. Guys, that doesn't matter. You need to know how Billy got off of the island. You need to know that. That's the important information. And what he's going to do now that he's back. Who cares if he got pushed or whatever into the water? Doesn't matter. Like, that is a whole other situation that now is pretty much irrelevant compared to what is happening right now. So I'm happy that the show is smart enough to realize that it's all about pushing forward and where these characters go next, rather than dwelling too much on what's happened previously. I mean, obviously it's important to let what's happened to them so far inform their choices to a certain degree, but you just don't want to get hung up on it. I hope that makes some sort of sense. But no, overall, really good episode. Had tension, even though it was a slower, quieter episode. I really enjoyed it. I honestly think it's one of my favorites, even though it's, like I say, it's just this smaller little contained episode about people, basically. But no, super enjoyed it. Good times. I look forward to the next one, because it looks like we're going to be getting into some good shit next time, as the pieces start moving in their directions to achieve their ends. So we'll look forward to that. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps me know you liked it. It helps this video get seen by more people. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this episode. Also, consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.